Hello, my name is J.P.B and this is my project for indie game development. It is a game intended for mobile release by the name of Fowl Magic. Due to it being for mobile release, the video has a slightly odd resolution, which you may be able to notice. Also, due to it being with mobile, the game is entirely operated via taps, so it should be fairly easy to understand in the visual medium what I'm doing here. So nothing here is clickable apart from this clock, which will launch us into the game. As it is our first time playing this game, it will also launch us into a tutorial. It will only do this for first time players. Okay, so the goal of the game is to get as high score as possible before the screen fills up with orbs and reaches this red zone in a similar fashion to something like Tetris. So to score points, you combine orbs together. These are the orbs. You can select them by tapping on them, and it creates this kind of selection aura. The selection aura also indicates the orbs tier. Due to this being a tier 1 orb, the colour is kind of just a slight hue of red. Okay, now another orb is spawned. I can show you what happens when we combine two orbs together. So combining two orbs together here will give points most of the time. It can also combine into higher tier orbs or into useless grey matter, but we'll get onto them topics soon enough. Okay, so these are both tier 1 orbs. It is water and plant. When you combine these together, they will create a tier 2 orb, as you can see. You can tell it's tier 2 as the colour on the selection wheel here is changed to a slight bronze. Okay, so due to fire not being used in the creation of swamp, when we combine these two orbs together, we will be granted points. The higher tier combination we produce, the more points we will get. So these are both tier 2 orbs here, and combining them together will give us a tier 3 orb. It will give us a tier 3 orb. There we go. The game will now showcase grey matter, and I'll explain kind of what grey matter is. Grey matter is a sort of useless orb which just serves a purpose to fill screen space. You do not want to be producing grey matter. Grey matter is produced in two circumstances, either when too much of one element is used or elements of two vastly different tiers are used in a combination, as is the case here. This is a tier 1 orb, this is a tier 3 orb. Combining these together will create grey matter. As we can see, due to this miscalculation, our tutor here has been turned into a chicken, thus the namesake of the game. Okay, you can see the grey matter in the background here, and we cannot do anything with it. Okay, the game's now taking the player through power-ups. Power-ups in the game take the form of eggs, which will shatter when you click them, and also when they are hit an object with enough velocity. So we can slowly shatter this. There we go, we'll click again and shatter it, and that particular kind of power-up egg simply spawns an orb when it is shattered. Okay, we'll now end the tutorial and jump into actual gameplay. As you can see, our score counter is set at the bottom of the screen here. I'll show you quickly. Combining two of the same orb together will give us grey matter. What we want to do is be creating complex combinations and combining them together. So if we go plant and water here, it will give us swamp. If we go air and fire here, it will give us cinder. Obviously, you would eventually learn these combinations through gameplay. Two of the core gameplay tenets are about learning and also chaos. This upgrade, when we smash it, will actually reroll all the eggs, and you can see it's actually rerolled the cinder into rain here. Okay, so if we combine cinder and rain, as these are both tier 2 orbs, we will get mystic, which is a tier 3 orb. And I do know from obviously being the developer here that combining mystic and urban will give us a combination. So urban is created through swamp and lava is created through, oh, we better be quick here before that reroll egg ends up getting shattered. So you can see that gives us the highest tier of egg, but we can showcase the reroll. The reroll doesn't actually reroll the highest tier. So the next thing we need to create is kind of a chaos. This is like entropy. Sorry, this is order. We need to create entropy. So for that we need cinder, we need swamp, that will give us spark, and then we need rain, and we need lava, and that will give us obsidian. Combining them two together gives us chaos. So we now have order here and chaos. There we go, and that gave us a lot of points, as you can see. The higher tier combination we make, the more points we will get. We'll just let the game run the clock now, as I've showcased it, kind of the basic principles of the game. Obviously there is more combinations to make and more upgrades, but as far as understanding the basic gameplay, we can shown it there. As you can see, the flashing red screen indicates that we are losing the game as the red area is filled, and it says that we have achieved a new high score and gives us game over here. After a few seconds, it will load us into the main menu of the game. So this is the main menu. You can see this record here showcases the highest score achieved on the device. The shell kind of counter here. Shells are generated in the game when you either create very complex combos or you break upgrades, and they are used to purchase kind of cosmetics within the game. We'll showcase some of that in the options screen here. So as you can see, there's a few options. There's an option to replay the tutorial if you need it to catch yourself up on the mechanics. An option to go back to the main menu. Sound effects volume sliders here, so we can make major sound effects louder. We can make minor sound effects louder. We can make the voice slider louder or quieter. And this persists across gameplay sessions. Alright, you can see that you've got an option to unlock / equip farm here. This is a different customization option. However, you can see clicking it is doing nothing right now, and it's actually making a failure noise. That is because we do not have enough shells to unlock this. Nature's the one we already have equipped, so we can re-equip that all we want. Okay, so I'll take us through one more set of gameplay here, just to showcase the mechanics slightly further. I'll also mute my mic here and just let the gameplay play out unless I have something to chime in on. Okay, so this egg here, when we smash it, will give us a few seconds of doubled points. Okay, so now after a while of gameplay, you can see the grey matter actually starts spawning from this top. This is kind of a soft time for the game, as eventually, even if you play as well as you can, the game will fill up with grey matter. So I'm just going to show the game ending here. As we have achieved a higher score, it should be represented on the end screen. As you can see, game over, new high score. And as we exit out to the main menu, you should be able to witness that our shell count has also gone up. Just wait for it to fade here. There you go, you can see our shell count has gone up. There we go. That is all for my showcase. Thanks for watching. Cheers.